Oh, what up, everybody? Welcome to a nice laid-back episode of Getting Stoked. I say laid-back because the guys we have in the studio today make some music that just gets you fucking vibing, yo. Something like Seduction is here. What's up?
Hello.
Nothing much.
Pleasure to be here, man.
Let's get
Just living.
quick thing. Let's get everyone acquainted with voices to names. So who do we got to my left?
My name is Esteban. I play drums in the band.
My name's Connor. I play guitar and I sing as well.
Are you the only singer?
We have another singer as well.
Who does the main vocals?
I do the main. I probably do 80% of leads. He does 20% of leads. He's got a nice like hip hop thing going on with him. He's got a little more swagger than me.
Got it.
When you hear the raps, it's
But he's a harmony
Got it.
master too. So
That's
like,
important.
He really brings that heat on the harmonies.
That's what you want, man.
Yeah, you gotta have it. It's funny because you play a show and everyone's complimenting the harmony guy like he's the star, like he's cool, you know. And I'm like, you know.
Nah, man, I feel that for sure. You know, it's what's actually kind of crazy is, and I'm gonna be like super upfront about this. I think you guys have reached out to me in one way or another more than once over time. And originally, I was like, "Oh, they're like a reggae rock thing. That's not my vibe. I'm not really interested." And I just totally like pushed your asses to the side.
Nah, I respect that. Yeah.
And then, but persistence beats resistance.
Yes,
and
sir.
Y'all got back to me again with the Colors release. And I was like, all right, fucking 3 tracks. I'm trying to listen to a bunch of music this year. Fuck it, let's do it. Listen to that shit, and fucking before the first song ended, I was writing your ass back.
Nice.
To get you on the show.
That's awesome, dude. That's fucking persistence, baby.
Persistence,
Learn one thing.
Persistence and bangers.
Yeah, bangers.
That's so funny.
Yeah, no, that's totally what happened. Like I'm not someone who's generally, and this is like, and I want to say this to the listeners so that just in case they're in the same boat as me, like they get off their asses and check you guys out, because it's not a band that you have to be into that whatever that vibe that scene in order to get into. Like you guys, and I think a lot of that comes down to the production. Like across your entire discography, your guys' production is fucking tight.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
How long have you been around for?
We've been doing it since we were like legit, you know, probably since we were like 18. We were in college from 18 to 22.
Okay.
And then we graduated in 2015, so we've been doing it full time for like 3 years now on the road. But, dude, we got to give it up to the producers for the production. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Those guys were... I'm glad we can say fuck on this, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
So
we
can
went
talk
to...
about whatever you want.
We went to fucking Flagstaff. We had this radio interview, and like... The whole time I was like, all right, don't say fuck. And like 10 seconds in, dude, I said fuck. I said shit. I called someone a whore, I think. I'm not sure.
Dude, no, you're good. We got my old band that I used to be in got in trouble on Radio Phoenix because we told a story about one of our members tricking another member into drinking his urine.
Oh,
and telling that story, even without curse words, we got in trouble. They got in trouble. We
Thank
got
God.
left.
It's a little unsavory.
I feel so loose right now, man. I feel so loose.
Good, man. Loosey goosey, get all fucking chilled out. So now, have you guys gone to different producers over time, or the same one?
We have, yeah. So we started with actually basically been with Matt Keller, right, the whole time except for this last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Matt Keller, he plays keys in Lydia.
Oh, very cool. Of course,
he plays keys and he writes most of the songs with Leighton. And then this last record, we heard this record by Pacifier, who's kind of in the same vein of like. They fall into the reggae rock category, but they're not really, you know? Yeah. And we heard him. We were like, we got to go with this fucking producer. And he was down to work with us and just really was the dude who helped us kind of find that SLS sound, you know? It was fucking
For sure.
Awesome. It was really cool.
Fuck yeah, dude. The new one really blew me away. Because I mean, I listen to a lot of local stuff too. And anytime you're listening to a local release, I find that it's kind of important to, like, and I hate to say it, but you do have to lower your standards a little bit from what you're going to hear. Because a lot of the time, you're not going to hear amazing production. It's everybody with day jobs trying to make it work and whatever. So you put on the new Sounds Like Seduction record, and it's just like, boom, just like perfect professional quality. Sounds amazing. Completely like stands out.
Yes.
And I respect the fuck out of that. I mean, because there's some shit I want lo-fi every once in a while, depending on what I'm listening to. But for that style of music, that's really important.
Right. It's got to be crispy. It's got to be like punchy. It can't be too fucking like wet and like, you know.
Oh yeah, you don't want it to be all glitzy and perfect.
Yeah,
it needs to be like good but not perfect. Anytime I'm listening to an album and it sounds like everyone DI'd everything, or everything sounds all fucking computer touched up and stuff, I'm not interested in that either. So
right.
you guys have to walk that fine line.
Dude, shout out to Charles. That guy's a wizard. I mean,
Charles Godfrey.
He walked us through. He like held our hands and was like, "Here you go, children."
Yeah. He was our shaman.
Our shaman.
Shaman. That's it.
He was your shaman.
Shaman.
The jammin' shaman.
Oh, yeah,
Medicine
he's
man.
good.
That's fucking awesome.
We're gonna go make records with that guy until he doesn't want to make records with us anymore.
You only gave us 3 songs, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some more shit. I want to hear some more of that.
We're cooking up some stuff right now. We were supposed to be in the studio like after this last tour, but it's coming.
Where'd you guys go on the tour?
Where'd we go, Connor?
We went through a lot of places. I would say it was like mainly centered on the Midwest / Colorado and Utah.
I love playing in Colorado. So I talk about it so much that like
Oh.
people who listen to this show a lot are rolling their eyes because I talk about how much I love Colorado.
It's great, man.
Like every other episode.
It's
the people there, everything is great.
It's God's land out there, man. It's
God's amazing.
Rocky Mountains. We were in Estes Park, and it was just like we were at the YMCA, like a couple of good old boys.
Yeah.
Is that where they go up there, the good old boys?
I don't know. We met nothing but scum though while we were up there.
Really? In Colorado?
Lovely
No,
people, but they
we
knew
were
how to
smart.
party down pretty good.
Yeah.
But,
Oh yeah, I bet, man.
It was
but
good.
It was funny because it's like a lot of kids around, and we were in like the cafeteria, and I felt like Billy Madison, you know.
That's so funny. That's awesome, man.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, it's good shit. Colorado is easily. We thought about moving there. We thought about the whole band. We went on the road. We went to Colorado. We hit Colorado Springs, Denver, and Fort Collins. We just went all the way up.
Nice.
And we got back, and all had begun planning moving the entire band there because we loved it so much.
Dude, it's epic. At one point, we had this like plan to buy like what was it? What were we gonna buy?
Oh, we were gonna buy a little pop-up
camper. We were like, dude, we're fucking moving to Denver. We're going up there. We're gonna make it work. But dude, I agree with you. Like with legal weed, with the people, it seems like people there, they crave the music and they crave the culture more. I mean, Phoenix is cool. There's culture here, you know. But dude, Colorado's got it.
Yeah, it's Phoenix is an interesting spot for sure because like it's in this interesting in between where like you go up to Wyoming, for instance, and you play a show in some little town there. All the kids are going to be there because they don't get that much.
Yeah.
As opposed to LA, where there's not really any music scene because you can just walk out your front door.
There's too much of a music scene.
Band. Yeah, there's so many bands. Like out here, if there's a band with 1 million plus listens on Spotify, everybody in any local band in Phoenix knows about them.
Totally.
LA, you can play for fucking 6 years. 2 bands can play for 6 years. Both of them get 15 million listens on their Spotify shit and not have any idea who they are. It's so big.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So we're this weird middle ground where we're supportive, but like we have to actually want to go see you.
Isn't it strange how that works?
It
It's
is
like
weird.
a weird supportive. It's like, are you cool enough for us to come?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not sure how it works. It's, you know what I'm saying though? It's like people ask us about the scene, and it's like, yeah, it's people like to see big bands, and we're not really a big band. We're kind of like now starting to break out of just because we've been touring around. That people are like, oh yeah, we'll come see these guys now. But yeah, it's interesting for sure.
You got that one track that's up with like 15,000 listens. That Light of Flame. What's it
Inhale
called?
the Fumes. Yeah.
Inhale the Fumes. Yeah. Light of Flame. Sorry.
It's tough.
How did that? Now I saw that song has a lot more listens than everything else. Were you guys on like a playlist or something like that for that track, or did you just push that song really hard when it came out?
Dude, I mean, what happened with that song?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's got like 10,000 more listens than other stuff, so that's
Yeah,
why I was like, usually that means that someone put you on like a curated playlist.
Right. We've gotten playlisted, but that one specifically just seemed to like above all the other ones on all the other playlists. That one just people like it.
It was
I
just
don't
organic,
know.
yeah.
People
was
seem
like-
to like it more.
He wrote it. When did you write that song? How old were we?
I don't know. We were probably like 12 or 13. Nah, we were like 19, 20.
Yeah, I
18,
remember
19.
hearing it and being like, "Whoa, did you write that? That's cool, man." And then it's funny. It's funny how some of the first stuff that you write, people like the most. You know, people still like that song.
That's how it happened with us too. Till to this day, we put out a bunch of shit. The first EP that we ever did, Lo-Fi as shit, is the only thing.
What's the name of your band?
The band that I was in was called Phantom Party.
Okay,
and,
cool.
Our first EP had like tons of listens and people are really into it, and then all the stuff that we actually put time and money into, everyone's like, that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Play
interesting.
that old shit.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah, it's kind of it can be aggravating, but I mean I'm like that with bands too. There's certain bands where Like, I'm really into new music, but there are some bands where I'm like, I don't want to fucking hear new shit at all.
It's interesting. How do you cross that line? You know, because I don't want to be in that band where it's like they only want our old stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
You want to push that envelope.
Yeah, it is kind of a weird line to walk.
Yeah.
Because there are so many bands that you can name where people only want their first record or their first couple of records, but then there's bands that transcend that. It is weird. I mean, they're like Panic at the Disco is a very odd example in that, and they're not a band that I listen to or anything like that, but they blew up on their first record so big that you would expect that was it. Like Guns N' Roses, for instance, they put out their first album. There's no fucking way they could ever top that, and they never did. But Panic is one of these interesting examples where they put out an amazing like first record and everyone grabbed it, and then the second one everyone was like, eh. And the third one, no one paid attention to. And then out of fucking nowhere, they are now again like the biggest band on the planet.
I know. That's crazy.
Like, whatever they did, you guys should do that.
Yeah.
A fever you can't sweat out. I loved that shit when I was 12.
Same.
I fucking love it now, dude.
Yeah.
I love that album.
I was just talking to Mo about that. It's one of these albums that no one will ever give it the credit that it deserves because of the tween culture that surrounded it and the era and whatever that it was in. The back half of that album is just filled with weird cabaret shit and all kinds of
really
insane
cool.
instruments and stuff.
Yeah, they got a bunch of shit going on.
But no one cares because that one song. Yeah. There's that one song that everyone will just write them off. It's like Devo. Devo's the same way. Yeah. Like once you hear Whip It, you can't fucking pay attention. You shit, like, pretend like it's. I love their other stuff, but everyone's like, really, the Whip It guys? I'm like, I'm sorry. They got some deep stuff, man.
Dude, well, that I Write Sins Not Tragedies. That was like. That thing just gets in your bones, man. That's a hit and a half right there, man.
Yeah, it is.
Holy shit.
He hates playing it live. Have you guys seen those videos?
No. What does he do?
There's videos of him playing live, and that song will like start, and in the middle, like, you know how it like, Grimsbride is a whore, and that's quiet. Yeah. And in that quiet part, there's videos on the internet where it's like, I fucking hate this song.
Or he just keeps playing.
Yeah, or like he'll stop it in the middle and be like, I can't do this song anymore. It's like a thing that he would do for a while.
I can see that, you know.
I can see it.
I mean, but imagine that, right? Imagine being like Everclear, for instance, and having to play fucking Father of Mine for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is that? I mean, I guess that's going to be your Inhale the Fumes, right?
Yeah.
I hope not, dude. Well, the thing is, like, we're lucky in the sense that it only has 25,000 plays, so no one, like, 25,000 people are going to miss it, you know? Yeah. But, like, fuck them. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. I love you guys.
No, I get that. For sure.
Dude, I heard a funny story about Cake, about that kind of premise. So my friend went to go see them at this,
I love Cake stories.
Dude, they're great. I love Cake, but apparently they're kind of, like, old and bitter now. And
that's not surprising. They were always so sardonic and cynical.
Yeah.
But dude, so apparently it's like this kind of it's like a weed festival, you know, like a dab festival, and they hired Cake to play one of the days, and no one was fucking there, and it was enough people in the crowd to like talk to the dude, you know, like hey, you know, and apparently they were like getting a sip of water or something like that, and one dude's like, play the distance, and then he just calls that guy out. He's like, all right, because of this fucking guy right here, we're not playing that fucking song, and then like makes a scene on stage, and it's like. Jeez, dude, that song made you famous.
Well,
you know?
it's hard, man. It's hard when you're trying to pour your heart out there, and they're never there.
Yeah.
No, dude, I'm a really big Cake fan too. Cake's one of those weird bands that, like, for some people just like it's a weird niche.
I love them, dude. I can't get enough of it.
It's
like that. Still to this day, I whenever I'm playing bass, which is my instrument of choice. That I Will Survive, fucking that bass line is so sexy on that cover. It's so much fun.
Totally, man.
They're great. They're super underrated. They were like a parody band in the beginning, I guess. Like
were they?
That's what they said, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't remember the John. Is that the singer's name? I don't know. He was talking about how at the time everyone was making really loud music, and really big music, and like Nirvana, and everyone's like, let's just amplify our angst as loud as possible. And he's like, how funny would it be if we were just like like a quiet band, or like the opposite? So then that's like which is why the first Cake record sounds the way it does, is they were just like making fun of everybody.
Dude, is that the Guitar Center sessions that you watch? I think with that one British dude.
Oh no, fuck, what's like Neil something? Yeah.
Dude, that Nigel.
Yeah, he's awesome, dude.
It was. I'd never heard a man so bitter. He was just
He
like...
was like that. Yeah,
he was so mad at the industry. He's like, it's fucking done.
Yeah.
It's like an old man ranting about technology. It's funny.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, that doesn't surprise me, though. Kick's not one of those bands that I necessarily thought was going to change the tides of music or anything or stick around forever. I'm surprised they made it as long. Showroom of Compassion was actually not that bad. I was for a later era album.
Right. They're still playing. They're still touring around. Which is cool.
To weed festivals with nobody
Yeah,
there.
I mean, fucking A, dude. You wanted to go see him in Utah, right? Or something like that?
Utah or something. It was like $70 a ticket or something. We were like, wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
They're fun, man. I always wanted to turn on a mic in the middle of a song and just get a bunch of my friends to go, oh!
Yeah. That's great, dude.
Get one of those little, what are those things called that he has with the
Yeah, the vibra slap.
Yeah, the vibra slap.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, we had to put that in Colors, actually. There's a vibra slap in there.
Nice.
It changes the whole thing.
It's like a tambourine. You don't realize it when it's there, but if you're missing it,
it's basically a lead part. You know, you're playing leads on the vibra slap.
Totally. Yeah. People hear it, they're like, where is it? There it comes.
There it comes. Yeah, dude, that's how... There's a bunch of weird little instruments like that. I feel like the glockenspiel is another good example of.
What's that one?
It's just bells, the little bell kit.
Okay,
It's like called a glockenspiel, but
right.
it's just like a tiny little metal vibe, like not vibes, but whatever. And that's one of those too that adds a lot to songs that people don't usually use. But vibra or theremin. Theremin's another fucking auxiliary instrument that has tons of lead stuff.
Nice.
What's that one?
It's like the opening of like a lot of creepy shows with that like that really high frequency.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
It's like an antenna in a box, and you have like a metal ring on your finger, and you put your hands up, and it goes.
Oh, we got to use that for the next.
What's it called? A pheromone?
A theremin.
Oh, a theremin.
Yeah. Yeah, they're cool. Like the opening of like Outer Limits and stuff like that has like that. So it's one of the when you hear it, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
What did we use on that? We used the clave, and then we used what's that like that Latin instrument?
Oh, the I know what you're talking about.
Is it like it's not a calabasa, but it's like a I don't even know, but
kielbasa.
Something like
isn't a calabasa a skilleted squash?
I think a calabasa is a pumpkin. Yeah, or zucchini. And we had those
calabasitas.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Squash.
Good shit. So I'm surprised that there's only 3 of you guys.
Yes, there was 4 once.
Same.
Yeah.
I've been there. We've all had 4 once.
Yeah,
all 3. I think all
once.
3 pieces have had 4 once.
Yeah,
and we're just like, fuck it, we're doing it.
That's what happened with us.
There's only 3 of us. This dude writes a lot of the songs, and then brings them to the other 2. The other guy lives in like Glendale, or where does he live?
Yeah,
far away in a land far away. So he sends his. This is Tyler saying hello through me.
That's right.
I'm channeling it.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3 of us.
I get that. I feel that.
Yeah, it's intimate. You know, it's easier to talk with 3 than 4.
Yeah,
you know, and drive.
I'd love to have 4 though.
Plus,
I'd love that 4.
Locking in with 4 guys is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what we went through 2 rhythm guitarists, and every time it was just like, why? Like it's always just been us 3. Us 3 are the ones who are always the driving force. What's the point?
Right.
So obviously, plenty of bands, more bands than not, make the 4 thing work, but it's kind of a hard thing to wrangle.
It is.
Well, definitely when you've been a 3-piece for a certain amount of time, and then like, how does that change the dynamic in terms of songwriting, or like where they sit within the, you know, the arrangement?
Totally.
I didn't think I was gonna pull that one down, but that's
you did great, man.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, good job.
But yeah, so I don't know. It would be interesting. I'd love to see how it worked out. I'd love to give it a shot, but you know, we got to find like someone who jives with us more so than is a good musician.
Yeah,
you know, I
definitely.
could care less how well they play, really.
Yeah, you can really only do one of 2 things, right? You can either have them be a permanent part of the band, and this is someone who's riding with you. This is someone, because that's the other thing. Like, what happens when you guys get a rhythm guitar player and he wants to throw his shitty fucking songs into the mix, and you're like, bro, like, I don't, and then it harshes things and gets things.
Yeah.
There's that. So it's either they're a star-studded member of SLS, or you just pay them to just do live stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
You're gonna more than likely the kind of person who's gonna take money for something like that is gonna be better.
Yeah.
And more committed, unless you get that flash in the pan, or not flash in the pan, but that like lightning in a bottle, to use a different idiom, guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we really haven't been forcing it. You know, we like went through. We graduated, and then we grew up with Nick. We played music with Nick our whole lives. He got a job at Apple, and we kind of did some stuff where like Joey from Sunset Voodoo toured with us, and we did a Keys thing, and then we were just like, fuck it, let's just do this 3-piece thing.
Keeping some continuity,
Yeah.
Continuity's key.
It is.
And it's forced him to get better too. I mean, he's had to really pick up the guitar chops and start throwing down leads and shit.
Yeah.
What do you write on? Like when you're gonna sit down and work on a song, what's your instrument of choice?
Guitar. That's all I can do.
Yeah,
man.
like how? Like what kind of guitar do you use? Acoustic guitar? Do you have a little amp
usually
set
I'll
up?
use the electric.
Yeah.
I got a little amp set up in my room. I got a little room amp and then a little practice amp. And
What do you play on?
I got some Fender bag of shit dicks. I think that was I don't think they make them anymore.
Really? You don't like your Fenders?
No, I do. It's just a terribly, I don't know. It's really been through a lot and but I mean, it makes the sounds and shit that I needed to be able to
frequencies, things are vibrating.
To be able to hear my fingers, it tells me what it sounds like.
What are you playing? Are you playing a Fender?
The amp is a Fender. Sorry, I was talking about the amp. I was talking about the amp, bag of shit. But I'm using this little Epiphone Les Paul thing.
Okay, got it.
I miss that old Fender Jag though. That thing was That thing wrote the songs.
The Jags are great, man, but they're so high maintenance.
Yeah.
You get the bridges that are buzzing like crazy, and you gotta reset them all the fucking time. They look great.
They're so juicy though.
They're juicy. Matt Skiba looks great with them. I love them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just every time any Jaguar I've ever played has just been buzzy as shit.
Really?
Yeah, maybe it's just my experience, but every single time I play one, the bottom is just buzzing.
Interesting. I haven't had that same experience, I have to say.
I like Tellys.
Yeah, Tellys are juicy.
Telly, I'll fucking sell my soul for a black and white, American Deluxe. Fuck me, I love them so much.
Yeah,
Dual
dude.
humbuckers sound so good.
You can't go wrong with any of those Fender classics,
really
man.
can't.
They're just...
My
they
roommate
just feel good to play.
My roommate's got a Mustang, and that thing is also fucking fire.
Nice.
Yeah, those are cool,
awesome.
man.
So live, what's your guys' kind of live situation? What are you playing live?
Guitar wise, I'm playing just this little rinky dink Epiphone Les Paul, baby.
Les Paul, cool. So same shit, same setup.
Same setup, baby. Well, I use a different amp, but yeah, I'm using that.
Moving on to drums.
Yes, sir.
What do you got? What are you rocking over there?
I do a 4-piece.
Gotcha.
I have a few crashes and a ride. I keep it nice and simple, baby.
What's your kit? What do you got?
It's a mix and matcher, honestly. I don't think I'm still using the car.
Different colored shells, mix and matcher. Or
No,
what are we talking here?
I have an acrylic snare. It's a Coke bottle snare.
What's the brand?
It's Spawn & Co.
Spawn & Co. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then I have a Yamaha Stage Custom kick, a Pearl rack tom, and then an Orange County percussion. Actually, I do have a different colored floor tom shell. Dude, I've just been so broke these past few years.
Drums are hard, man.
It's crazy. It's like, all right, well, you have $300. Do you want to buy a kick pedal or a cymbal or and that's even nothing. So I'm slowly upgrading
crazy.
as I can,
I know, man. That shit is so fucking expensive. I grew up a drummer, so that's kind of my rhythm section's my wheelhouse. I can play guitar, but drums and bass are really where it's at for me. So. Yeah, man, that's how I had a shit. Honestly, the shells don't matter as much as people like to say that they do.
The cymbals, if you have shitty cymbals, you sound shitty.
And heads. That's
True.
the other thing. You got to be able to and you have to be able to tune that shit.
Yeah, and once you've played enough, it's like, all right, that doesn't sound like a tuned drum. You know, it's like you can kind of get it up to where it has to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got to a point where I was like, all right, I got to get some cymbals that sound good because I kept hearing these I would just hear people using the same cymbals as I was from the crowd, and I was like, wow, those crashes sound really shitty, and I'm using those. So I was like, all right, got to invest, man. Now I got some A Customs, and I got this Meinl. It's transition ride. It's a darker. Ooh, that's fucking sexy.
Customs are sick.
They are. They're just good. They're not too crazy expensive, and they sound nice. They're not like that shitty metallic boingy,
Yeah, like the Zildjian shit.
Ugh.
I'm not a Zildjian. The best cymbal I ever had in my entire life was Istanbul.
Okay, yeah.
And that thing, I don't see them very often. I don't see people playing them very often. I don't see them in the stores very often. But that thing was absolutely out of this world.
A crash or what was it?
It was a crash ride.
Nice.
And that thing was fucking amazing.
You could wail on it, but still ride on it.
Yeah, that's another mistake the drummers will make. If you have a ride, that shit's a ride.
Yeah.
You can't fucking crash that shit.
It sounds like a shitty gong.
You're just you're just gonna wash the whole band out.
Yeah.
You have to be careful with that shit.
Fucking drums, man.
But yeah, man, I love that shit. And the acrylic stuff is really cool too. I remember when I was a kid seeing what's that fucking brand that does the acrylics all the time?
Is it Orange County Percussion?
No, it's the pig. The pork pie. Yeah. I remember seeing those acrylic sets when I was like 12 or 13 and being like, that's what I need.
Yeah.
And then getting older and be like, that's not what I need. They look cool, I guess. Weird thing about drums. I had a Joey Jordison's signature pearl snare drum.
Okay.
It's weird, but that's probably the best sounding drum I've ever played in my entire life.
Really? Nice.
You can crank it up to get that insane pop crack that you hear from music like that.
Nice.
But it's really fucking big, so you can tune it down and get more of like that Pantera thick, real big sounding pearl.
Like
drum.
that more modern, like.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like that's a weird drum. Like if anyone listening is out at a flea market and they see fucking Joey Jordison's signature snare drum, like.
Buy that shit.
Just like cover up the Slipknot S's on it if you're like in an indie band or something, and good to go. It just sounds fantastic.
Do you stream this live too when you go up, or do you always just like chop it up and then
podcast?
Yeah, the podcast.
I don't chop anything. It's not live. I mean, it's not live, but I don't chop anything.
Oh, you just nice free form, just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool, man. You've been making moves, man. It's cool to see.
Thanks, man.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I know you guys have been following it for a little bit. I really appreciate that,
dude. Making your own stuff happen. That's the way to do it, you know?
Yeah, man. That's as soon as I got out of a band, I was like, nah, I'm done. I'm just like Kemosabe from now on. I'm just gonna rock this shit on my own.
Nice, dude.
Because I was such a control freak in the band, and it's weird when you're the bass player and the control freak. Like I'm not the songwriter, I'm not the singer, but I'm the one doing interviews. I'm the one fucking scheduling shit and answering emails.
You wanted to make moves, and then you fucking took it in your hands, and you were like, I'm done. I'm making my own moves now.
Yeah, that was kind of nice. We all broke up like the same day at the same time. We all decided together simultaneously that we weren't going to do it anymore.
Nice.
And then we played the two funnest shows of our career because we didn't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
Like it was just like, all right, we have 2 more shows like to go, and like we were just dicking around on stage for 30 minutes. It was amazing.
Right on, dude.
I suggest everyone break up at one point.
Before every show, it's like, you know what, this will probably be our last show, guys.
Yeah, like if you're in a band, fucking break up. It's a lot of fun. Now, as far as touring goes, how long have you actually been? You said you've been on the road doing stuff since 2015. That's when you guys started moving around?
Right, is that so?
Yeah, that's so.
Have you done like the whole U.S. or just little pockets here and there?
Yeah, we've pretty much hit the whole country a few times now. We've been doing it for, about 6 months out of the year for the past 3 years or so. It's been a fucking journey for sure. We've learned a lot. And just like now we've learned how to get better and how to get more fans and go certain places. You
just get to like go some like weird places in the Midwest and like eastern side of the country.
Where was that town we went to where we talked to that guy in Motel 6? Like he was like, "Do you support Hillary Clinton?"
That was like Naples or Fort Myers, Florida or something.
Florida has some interesting pockets, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I would say that as well.
We haven't spent too much time in the Panhandle. I feel like that's where it gets real. Like it's like a petri dish.
Bayou,
we avoid that kind of, but
it gets interesting out there.
We've been to some odd places for
I feel like I have yet to go to the Deep South, and I want to go real bad. Like
what's considered the Deep South?
Louisiana.
Okay, cool.
Like that swamp style.
The swamp ass area of the country.
Always just drove right through it. I mean, dude, the East Coast is cool though. I like the East Coast a lot, man. Like, there's some cool places. I like North Carolina. North Carolina's badass.
North Carolina is badass.
Asheville, North Carolina, that place is cool.
Fuck yeah, I feel that for sure.
Yeah.
What are crowds? How are the crowds different as far as the way that your music is perceived somewhere in like LA or a beach city or even Phoenix compared to like the East Coast or the Northeast, even the Midwest?
I don't know. That's an interesting question. It's kind of hard because it's like even like from bar to bar in like one city, it's like kind of hard to say. So it's like, I don't know. I just have formed these opinions on like whole states based off of one night and one bar.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Dude, there are a bunch of fucking bitches out there. You know?
Yeah, dude.
And I don't mean bitches like women. I mean bitches as a bisexual term.
No, I get that.
And by bisexual, I mean unisex.
I mean unisex. Non-sex, everything. Yeah, I feel that for sure. I mean, what was your guys' experiences in Ohio like? Have you played shows there?
We had a couple shows in Ohio. We did a show at this place called New Philadelphia, Ohio.
Okay.
And then we did a show in Cincinnati.
Got it.
Which was pretty chill. I mean, yeah, we went to Port Clinton, right? And
Portland, which is like
Bay.
vacation.
Okay,
type
got it.
place.
I had a good time. Played. I mean, we're playing a lot of like bar venue type shows. You
Totally.
know? So it's not anything extravagant, but it's always a good time. Meet some people.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they're
Some
they're
beers.
nice people out there. They'll come up and talk to you out in Ohio.
Yeah, the
you know?
Midwest
I
is-
feel like we've always had good experiences out in the Midwest.
Yeah.
That's good. That's why I'm from Ohio, which is why I'm always curious about what people's experiences are like
Yeah.
in bands who've gone up there and played. Because I haven't played up there since I was 15 and I live there.
Where in Ohio?
I'm from Dayton,
Oh, okay, cool.
which is
Like,
like
is that just south of Cleveland? Is that what that is?
it's like it's equal distance away from like all three of the big cities.
Okay.
It's like Columbus, Cincinnati, and Cleveland. It's like those
Right
are all
smack
here,
in
and
the
then it's
middle.
way the fuck
Oh,
down
okay.
here, away from everything. It's
Okay.
almost Kentucky.
okay.
But yeah, man. So it's interesting. It's just like an industrial pocket of the state. It's just kind of where all the factories and shit are.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good shit, man. Like, what do you guys think is? Has there been any states where every single time you go, you have a fucking shitty experience?
I know there is one. What can you think?
I mean,
of
I
what
would
it
say
is?
Taos, New Mexico. I hate to say it. I don't know.
Dude, New Mexico's
why.
fucking rough.
Dude,
Yeah.
every time we go to this fucking gorgeous, like, it's called the Mothership, and you just, like, you pass these houses that are, like, these self-sustaining homes, and you're coming into this, like, neo-hippie fucking place, and it's, like, you think it's gonna be so sick, this huge bar, and then there's no one fucking there. You're just like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's probably a town of like 20,000 people. Is that
They
high?
have huge festivals there.
Is
There's
that really
festivals
high?
with, like, lettuce and, like, I don't know.
20,000's not very much.
That's tiny. You know, that's like half of U of A.
Yeah.
Yeah. The town that I'm from in Ohio has 4,000 people in it. if
Wow.
that gives you
That's
any idea.
tiny, man.
it's
That's
fucking-
less than
it's
like Desert Vista.
outside of Dayton. Yeah. Yeah, right. It's
That's like
crazy.
Mesa Amphitheater right there.
Yeah, man, for real. But yeah, man, some states I feel like New Mexico. Yeah, fuck New Mexico. I don't give a shit. I'll fucking say it. Like it's. I went there recently for a show to see a show, and
Who'd you go see?
we went to see the Front Bottoms.
Nice.
And we drove up there to see them because they weren't coming here, and then as soon as we got back, Psycho Steve announced that they were going to be here like 3 weeks after we drove to
geez.
New Mexico. So I was like, bro, like, Steve, like, we know each other. You know I like this band. Like, what the fuck, man? Give me, like, a heads up.
That's awesome.
But yeah, dude, New Mexico's fucking weird. We were there, we were in the crowd, and there were, like, 3 fights that were all about to happen simultaneously in the front row.
Oh my
like,
God.
people were just fucking getting at each other up there, man.
Dude, yeah, we had a nice time in Albuquerque. I'll tell you what, that was like our second to last
Albuquerque.
show. It was in like the more hip kind of part of town, and like, dude, they got down there for sure. It was fucking
Yeah, it was like
Bunch of people out there.
downtown-ish,
food
right?
trucks, talking sausage, tacos.
Hell yeah.
Sausage trucks.
It was great, man.
I have yet to. I want to go to San Francisco real bad. I've never been up there before.
Fucking awesome, dude.
dude.
I gotta go live there at some point in my
Dude,
life.
yeah.
Even if I'm like scraping, I gotta go fucking live there, man.
Yeah, San Francisco's calling me, man.
It's cool. We actually
I love
recorded It's Gonna Be a Peaceful Night, the record that was on when we came in here.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it was a crazy experience. We were there for like a week, and we would commute into the city every day. And dude, we were recording in, I think, what was that district called?
The Tenderloin.
The Tenderloin. So it's this like, there's like the Marina district, there's this district, that district. The Tenderloin is a district where the cops don't go, and they just let all the fucking crackheads roam around. Like, nope, you can literally do meth on the side of the street. Like, I saw a dude legitimately just tying off and doing black tar, like just shot me one of those. Like,
Dude, it's like Mesa.
dude, yeah, just like Mesa.
It's like if you put all the troublemaking in Mesa and put it in like, 4 block.
Take the
radius.
clientele of every Circle K in Mesa.
Yeah,
in one
dude, it was
place.
densely packed with
Dude, just like lit, like riddled. It was like a fucking apocalypse, man.
You don't wear like
Yeah.
bulletproof vest, you'll get poked by something. And
But
fucking-
most of the people out there, like, you don't really have to worry about it. I mean, I would like kind of keep spry and keep your eyes up.
Wait,
But, like,
where? I'm sorry, wait, where was this again?
in San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Okay,
And
yeah.
it's a block away from like fucking Diagon Alley, Hogwarts, Fairyland shit, like the nicest place in the world. And then like and there's someone shitting in their hand one block to the east.
And there's this
Like-
studio just tucked away in there, man. It was like this kind of like real shitty door and like this like graffiti stencil. It said Hyde Street. And it was like where
yeah.
Grateful Dead recorded there, right?
Dude, yeah,
Train
it's
recorded there.
iconic, man. Like
Who gives a fuck who
Herbie
recorded
Hancock,
where, you know,
Tupac record up in that bitch.
Herbie Hancock, yeah.
Herbie Hancock.
Herbie Hancock.
Dude, Herbie.
Crazy.
Man, that's some clout you guys
Crazy,
got there.
motherfucker. They recorded in the same studio as such acts as, you know.
No, yeah, that was a good experience, though, man. It was really fun going to the city every day and just like, just making music that was the first time we were making music in a legit studio, like, because we'd been making music with Matt. He does that at his house. That was a cool, like, all right, this is the big leagues, boys. You know, time to step up.
Yeah,
that was good times. We learned a lot.
Yeah, good. Dude, recording always teaches you so much. Dude, especially when you're starting out. Like the first couple years, you think you're hot shit. You get some shows under your belt. You're feeling pretty good. You got some DIY home recordings that you thought were really fucking hard. Yeah. And then you get into an actual studio where you're paying time and there's this actual professional who you're not best friends with sitting there on the other side of the window.
Yeah.
You find out your flaws real fucking quick.
Yeah, definitely, totally. Dude. What's your experience been with producers? Like, did you guys have somebody that you worked with? Like, would you hire somebody? Like, how has that been for like the bands that you played in?
We were lucky. The guy on the other side of the proverbial glass was our friend, who was also a really good producer. We would so first EP was DIY. We did it all ourselves on Audacity and like some fucking on the Zoom H4 recorder. Actually, it sounds pretty good. Whenever I tell people that, they're like, "What?" Because those little mics are fucking cool. And so we did that, and then we did a full-length album, which was also done ourselves, but we actually did like a multi-mic setup. But we did have a guy who we would go to intermittently for like an EP or like maybe some singles, or we'd go to him for like a 7-inch that we were going to make but never ended up doing. And that was Matt Alderwood, who is from Troubled Minds. And he's fucking amazing. He's produced some phenomenal stuff, and he's great because he's really sweet, but he's also really honest. And
that's what you need.
We did it in his house, and it sounds great. And he's got like this whole piece of his house they blocked out to do it. And so yeah, man, we were lucky that we had someone who we were friends with, who we could vibe with, but who was also like, he wasn't so much of a friend that we would go out and party with him every night. Right. But every time we went over to his house, it felt like home, and he was good to us and gave us French press coffee and shit. He would tell us if we sucked, which is that's the best. The best thing ever is recording a song and then hearing the producer go, "How'd you guys feel about that?" Which always means we're gonna do another take. Yeah, every fucking time.
Like, well, giving you a chance. I loved it.
Tossing it up. Like, here you go, kids.
My girlfriend did that to me once. I played this terrible set, awful set, and my girlfriend's fucking mean. Like she's real honest, which is what I like. Like I don't want a cheerleader as a girlfriend. I want someone who's really gonna be like, fucking sort yourself out. And I got off stage, and she looked at me and she's like, "So how'd you think it went?" And I was like, "Get the fuck away, dude. It's so mean." How do you think that went? It's like, she's gonna die. That sucks, man. That's the worst thing, though. Like, but you keep going. Like, I'm sure you guys have had shows like that too, where it's like you come off the show and it's like, this is done. Like, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm fucking 20-something years old. How the fuck can I still be doing this? And then
misery.
You keep doing that,
dude. Good times, man. You grow so much in those moments, like of just coming off stage, like, oh god damn it, that was bad. Yeah. But I mean, dude, that's one thing that tour has taught us, because you had to go out and play so many nights so consistently. It's just like, dude, you just gotta, dude. I don't give a fuck if I drop my stick 4 times. I gotta keep trying to give the same show, because if you get stuck in that rut, where it's like, all right, now I'm not gonna start going for these fills, or I'm gonna start holding back, and then shit gets, then you start playing like a bitch.
Sorry.
No, you do.
I just totally jump. True. I try to jump too early. I'm sorry. Well, it's like those bad performances. Like, that's like one of the biggest parts of like what makes a good show a good show. It's like, because you have that like memory, and like just like not feeling that is almost better than feeling good. Just like not feeling like shit is almost better than feeling great.
Practice helps too a lot.
But I mean, look, man, bad feelings are good. Like they teach you a lot. Like, you need to feel that shame and that terrible feeling. That way you can pull from it and strive from it. This whole ideology of everybody's like, you're beautiful the way you are, like, that's the really fucking toxic thing to tell people. Like, you need to want to be better. Like, you don't have to wake up every morning, look in the mirror and vomit, but like there needs to be a line where there's always kind of self-improvement.
Yeah, for sure.
Until you're like 70 and you're Marlon Brando on an island of your own, and then who gives a fuck anymore. But like,
he has done enough improvement,
especially through your prime. Like, I mean, I feel like from like the teenage years forward, especially through your 20s and 30s, like, just keep fucking moving.
Yeah, you got to.
Stop saying, like, stop giving this whole everybody's perfect thing. Like, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
You're all right.
You're all right.
I like the songs that say you're pretty good.
I want to hear that rhetoric more often. Why don't I see some motivational posters with like, you're all right. You could be better.
It's so true.
You
though.
could be better.
Jordan Peterson and Joe Rogan had a great
Don't
podcast,
even. I
dude.
fucking love Jordan Peterson, dude. Don't even fucking know.
Dude, and he was talking about that, and it's kind of like in the same vein of what you were saying. He's like, dude, people listen to the top 1% of the 1% of music. They watch the top 1%. It's like there has to be people who suck, and no one's gonna be fucking. Or not everyone's gonna be great. I don't know, dude. I'm gonna butcher. I'm not gonna even.
No, you're good. I pull from. I pull from Peterson a lot.
He's so fucking smart. I can't touch it. You know.
Yeah, he's one of those guys who he taught me a lot. As far as like, I wasn't politically or socially politically aware for quite a while. I was just kind of in my own little world, and then I heard him on Rogan a couple times, and it really started to kind of wake me up and pulled me out of it. But he taught me this amazing thing, or I mean, I guess I already knew, but I feel like more people should do it, where you can agree with people on some things and then miraculously not agree with them on other things and still be respectful.
Yeah.
Isn't that fucking wild?
Yeah.
Like Jordan Peterson, for instance, I agree with on a lot of stuff. I don't agree with him on a lot of his like gender and trans stuff, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Like
And
that doesn't mean I think he's evil. That doesn't mean I don't think that he should be allowed to speak at places. Like Ben Shapiro's the same way. I like Ben Shapiro on like 2% of topics.
Yeah.
Anytime he starts talking about abortion or whatever the fuck or religion, like get out of my face. Same thing with the trans stuff. But like I can still like some of his stuff. Same thing, and there's a lot leftist stuff is the same way.
Right.
Like MSNBC or CNN or fucking even goddamn like Young Turks or whatever can put out videos sometimes that I agree with, and then I disagree with other. And I just feel like that's one of the things that I love about podcasts is it's free discourse, no matter what. No one's being edited. You're just talking. We're just
cool.
exchanging ideas. Like that's why I love Rogan, and I love when Jordan Peterson was on Rogan. It's just like I don't know. I think more people need to do that. Don't be afraid to disagree with people.
And it's interesting. Yeah. It's like. Socially right now it seems like if you're disagreeing with somebody you have to disagree with everything they are about.
Identity politics.
It's like since you are saying this and you are this person and I disagree with everything you're saying, it's like oh my god,
I know, I hate it.
I don't agree with a lot of things, and I also agree with a lot of I don't know, I got my own like Esteban world I live in.
I want to take me there.
Yeah, dude, I don't know, I don't give a fuck, dude, about anything. Like, I think I'm just like god, everyone's just so fucking heads so far up their own ass.
Just
dude.
be nice to people, you know.
Yeah. I just try
be more kind, man. That's it. That's all you need. Those are the three. Like, if everyone was just a little bit nicer.
Yeah, for real.
Be more kind. That's all it fucking takes. Man.
Yeah.
But or not. You have the freedom to do either, I guess. But yeah, I know, man. It's all about fucking. It's all about discussion. It's all about ideas. Like that's my thing. At the end of the day, like people talking about people. God damn it! You opened such a fucking can of worms.
Oh
for
no,
that Jordan Peterson shit. We'll move on. But yeah. Anyway, people should talk to each other.
We should have a strictly round 2 Jordan Peterson SLS Getting Stoked podcast.
I've talked. I know. He's come up in episodes before where I've just been like. Bah!
Have you read his book?
Pieces of it. I haven't read it all the way yet.
It's intense. I have to like really bit by. Like, I'll get stoned and start reading, and then it's like, life is it's like fragile or like you're gonna die. It's like this and this. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah,
it's really direct.
You have
and it's like don't fuck around with this shit, man.
You start having dreams about lobsters and cleaning a room.
Yeah,
and shit. Yeah. No, it's he's great, but again, another thing I don't necessarily agree with him on. I think he takes a little bit. He's a little bit more. How do I say cynical or a little bit more bent on like I understand that life is suffering. But he's a little bit more like, it's all suffering no matter what, so suffer. And it's like, I see the virtue in that, but at the same time, I don't know if it's quite that dramatic.
Right.
Which is same thing.
His experience, I mean, his fucking daughter has that crazy... His experience has been pretty full of suffering.
That's true.
Coming from his lens, it's like, yeah, well, you know, you've been kind of fucking dealt a shit hand, man.
And that takes us down the crazy rabbit hole of what is truth. Like, what is
no.
you know what I mean? That's the thing. I've had so many fucking crazy discussions, and every single one of them has ended in the same black hole of nothingness, which is, well, what is truth? And then it's like, fuck, there's no way to come back from that.
Yeah,
like, Neil deGrasse Tyson could not pull you out of that fucking rabbit hole. It's crazy, man.
Dude, this guy's been reading some Neil deGrasse Tyson right here.
Getting on that Tyson. He's coming to Phoenix, actually.
That new book he has, out that is supposed to be good. Yeah.
Is it, I don't know. I've
I
only
think you read it, right?
no, I think I read it as one of his older ones. I think the newer one is that astrophysics for people in a hurry. Is that what that is?
Or no, that was his last one. He has a new
Okay.
one which is not for people in a hurry or some shit.
Okay, excellent. Yeah,
He
I read Death by Black Hole, which is
Okay.
like I think it's like the astrophysics for a hurry, but it's like a 300 pager. So it's like, but it's like a collection of his essays essentially. You know, like his best essays.
How dense was it? Like how is it? Was that like some high level shit?
Dude, it's Neil deGrasse Tyson. He could like fucking put you to bed with that shit
I
and
know.
fucking like
I used to go to sleep to
make
that.
women swoon with that
Dude,
shit. Like,
after-
dude, he's a
Soothsayer.
yeah. What does that word mean?
Soothsayer is
Yeah.
like when I think of it, I think of like someone who's enchanting you.
Okay, well, he's a soothsayer. Yeah, that's right.
I think.
Someone used that in a text message to me recently. I was like, I haven't heard that word in 10 fucking years. I don't know exactly what it means, but it sounds like it's like
I'm gonna
suave,
find out.
like a suave person. Like,
Ooh, suave.
Did you have any water by chance?
Oh, absolutely. I got water. I got beer. What do you want, homie?
Oh my goodness!
I got. all
Can I
kinds
get
of
one
shit.
each? That would be so cool.
So I got Modelo, Santan, Winter or Oktoberfest beer, and water bottles.
My name is Esteban. You take a guess which one.
Oh, we're gonna get some Modelo.
my name is Connor, and I'd love a Modelo. Is it?
No, that was that.
If I could get one, that would be so tremendous, dude. It sounds so good.
Absolutely, bro. This is the first time we've been able to break out this fucking mini fridge. So
Thank
far.
you so much.
Wow.
This is actually the first episode in the new studio.
Dude, this is epic.
Yeah, this is
looks
pretty cool.
legit.
It used to be
like-
in my bedroom.
I like how the
Nice.
walls are green. I love it.
Right? Yeah, it's called the green room.
Dude.
Dude, yeah. Very appropriate.
Oh, I don't have a bottle opener. I was going to run out to. Oh wait, yeah, I do. Wait.
right here.
Yes, motherfucker. My key. This
Nice.
is a brand new addition to my keys.
Wow.
It's all coming together tonight.
It's all
Dude,
coming together.
huge.
This band was supposed to come on my podcast, and then like I guess they spaced, or someone in PR or whatever spaced, and they didn't get to come on. But because their people are so fucking cool, they felt like really bad about it. So they sent me the band's new record and like a shit ton of goodies, and I got this little Bloodshot Records keychain right up in
Cheers.
there.
Cheers to Matt and
Cheers.
Getting Stoked. Best
Cheers.
podcast in the whole goddamn world.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, so that was Murder by Death. I think they're going to come on at some point. But-
Solid. That's one way to really maintain a relationship and not burn that bridge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Free
send
shit.
things to open beers with, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was great. I got like stickers and all. I got this amazing because they're an alt country label.
Nice.
And they have this, which I'm really into, and they have an awesome sticker they sent me that says alt country, not alt facts.
Nice.
That's
That's awesome.
really, I was like, dude, that's so cool. So one of the questions I was thinking about earlier. So it's cold now. It's getting cold, which is why I'm kind of like getting a little bit of a cold. So so you guys can send me your medical bills if you get sick. I apologize, but don't actually do that. But I was thinking about that. What do you guys do in the wintertime with such summery music? Do you just spend all your time on the West Coast?
Dude, this guy, he's writing some fire jams, some cozy fire jams. As of
Yeah, I
late.
like the cozy stuff these days.
Yeah?
I've been drinking more red wine, and that lends itself to cold weather, man.
Good for you, man.
I don't know. I mean, we're trying to make it applicable to many different types of moods. I really like the undertone of just kind of a little uneasiness, but like a joyfulness in that, you know? So I mean, I feel like that goes across, that transcends seasons. That transcends.
I think it does. I think it definitely does.
Because you can feel that in the summer, like summertime blues, or you got the wintertime, like, you
Even
know,
more blues.
drinking stouts and getting rowdy with your friends. I don't know. I think
Should we have an EP come out in the winter now? Should we do it? Should we announce it right now? No, I'm just kidding. We can't do that.
December 23rd.
Yeah, I mean, do put a fucking Christmas one out.
No, yeah.
I don't want to make any
We're
promises.
trying to kind of not break away from reggae. We love reggae. Don't get me wrong, but I think Colors is more in the kind of where people can kind of expect the sound to evolve.
And that's probably why I got into it so heavy. Because
Right.
it was a little bit more the other way.
A little more progressive. Like
Yeah.
we all love RX Bandits and like some mathier, not mathy, but like just kind of like some jazzier stuff. But we weren't good enough to play it yet. You know what I'm saying? So we were just evolving, writing these more simple songs, and then we kind of like we're just in a position to be able to write and play those songs. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah,
It seems like it's almost gets more simple though again. As you get as you become better, it's like, okay, well now I know what I can use, but I don't have to use all those things, you know. I can just be selectively like creative, you know.
Yeah, that's important, man.
Definitely.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier because I was like, I guess it is kind of cozy. Colors is kind of cozy.
It's got a coziness to it. Yeah.
Yeah, hella cozy.
It could definitely
really
work.
know.
Yeah, I'm too close
I
to
could
the
curl
project.
up. I could curl up on that shit. Probably. It's only been warm since.
I mean, when did you guys put that out? It was like April,
August 11th.
August. It was August. Damn, it was that recent. Shit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's
good-
fresh baby.
Good release.
Fresh
Dude, yeah,
babe.
it's good.
Smooth as a baby's bottom.
How long have you guys had a lot of those songs that were on there?
That one kind of took a while to. I mean, I don't even know, dude. Well, so one of them obviously like happened in a month before recording it, and then the other one was like a year, and then like the other one was probably 8 years now.
You had colors written, or you were writing colors in Ensenada. Remember that?
Yeah, Colors was like just like a friggin' roller coaster of writing that, where it was like changing. It was a song, then it wasn't a song, then it was like that's too sad, that's too stupid as fuck, and then that's whatever. And so that one had just like a friggin' journey, like a I don't know, self-help fucking book, like
I
a
get
character
you.
in a self-help book from the Mediterranean, you know. But yeah, I mean, it was through the course of like kind of a year. Some of them were living with me for like a year. Others were like a month, you know.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy how that shit happens.
It is crazy, and the dream
never
is to be
know.
able to like have the ability to have a song, have it done. Like you know, it's like when you have one song, it's not popular really to just be like, okay, let's just go record one song at a time. It's like let's get a batch. But
Definitely.
if you had a fucking studio to go record some sweet shit, why not? You know,
Yeah.
it's like I would love to have that, but I don't have 20 grand right now.
Yeah,
One day though,
and that's
you
the
know?
thing too. I mean, that's what rock artists really need to do right now, or any. I mean, I guess you guys are technically classified as a subgenre of rock. So I
Yeah.
mean, like that kind of music. I mean, that's why trap is doing so well. That's
Totally,
why
dude.
pop music's doing so well, is because they can just pump out singles and keep
Yeah.
attention, pump out singles and remixes and all this kind of crazy shit. And that's what's hard about being in a band, is that you have to schedule everyone has to schedule time off work and spend a bunch of money on a studio and spend all these days in a studio, and then you have to mix it, and you have to master it, and all this fucking time and physical releases and all this stuff.
I think what we're gonna start doing is like we usually have a practice space. We don't have it when we go on the road, but when we get back, we are back now. But when we get the studio back, we're gonna start recording like these live jams, kind of like in the vein of Good Dog Sessions, but basically just miking it up, mixing it down, and putting it on SoundCloud for people, just to kind of be able to keep that attention. Because I mean, in between Peaceful Night and Colors, 2 years? No, a year, right?
Yeah, it was a little less than a year.
I'd love to not wait a year in between every release. That would be wonderful.
You guys could you can make that shit exclusive.
How would you do that?
Email list vibes.
Email list vibes. You could get, if you really want to go crazy, you could do Patreon that shit. Get people like,
Dude, yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Pay like
A membership?
like a membership thing where it's like every month they get one X amount of like free songs or whatever, and then and then it leads up to the thing.
Dude.
It's not a bad idea at all. Yeah, because I mean, the people who want it and who actually care about it like can get it, and like they can get their dose of SLS.
Yeah. And depending on how much time you have to put into it, you can have different tiers of what you can get or what you can't. Like you can have like maybe like one song that you goes out on an email list, like that's free or whatever. And then but if you really want to get that good, you can fucking spend a little bit more money, and then you get a little bit more stuff.
Dude.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it
We're gonna
depends
be
on-
home.
It's all about how much time you have to put into it, but
We should talk about that off the air. Scheme on it.
Figure it out. Figure it out, man. It's good shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing right now. So actually, you guys can go to my Patreon. I have a couple new tiers now where you can I don't remember what the numbers are, but for a certain amount of money, you can play a video game, either PS4 or PlayStation Network or Xbox Live with me. Probably just Xbox Live right now. And we'll play some fucking video games, and I'll stream it all on Twitch, and we'll put all that stuff up there, and it'll be like exclusive game rooms just for the people who are subscribed. And as well as there's this thing called Rabbit, or RABB.IT, which is like you watch movies and TV shows with people in like a chat room.
Oh my
Whoa.
god.
Yeah, right? Isn't that fucking fun?
That's cool.
You guys
That's
want to
wild.
like watch some BoJack with me or some shit.
Yeah.
And that's just going to be intermittent. Like I'm just going to randomly like, hey, I'm going to go on. Basically, you get a free account And then you get notifications whenever I start doing something. And if you're free, you can hang out and watch some fucking TV.
Dude, that's funny. That just makes
badass,
me think of like that's how dating's gonna be in like 20 years. Like you wanna watch a movie on Rabbit together?
Dude, I mean, I met my girlfriend on the internet. We've been together for like 3 years.
That.
Like it's
Nice.
crazy. Like that shit. Sometimes it works. I mean, I met some burners, but like
I believe in it. My dad gives me shit about it. I fuck with that Hinge. I'm not really on it right now, just because
Hinge?
like you know about Hinge? It's some dating app.
Is that like for like furs or something? What's Hinge?
Furs? Fairies?
Hinge? Hinge just feels like it's edgy. Like, what are you guys doing?
No, dude, it's like
it's like
super
a
not
rooftop. It's like
edgy.
you can only fuck on like rooftops.
It's the best one that I've experienced, and it's like my dad like will give me some shit about it, and I'm like,
What does he see
Dude.
you on it and he just like fucking...
well, no,
What's
I
the
was just
difference?
telling.
Are they all like construction workers? Like, what's the thing about Hinge that makes it different?
No, it's the prettiest ladies in the mall. Nah, it's just like more like it's easier to get the ball rolling because like your profile has like questions that you answer and then you like one aspect of their profile and you get to send them a message right there. So it's like, hey, this is my personality.
Nice.
Like right off the bat. So it's like obviously for someone like me who has an amazing personality, it's really good to get
Comes
that.
right through.
Yeah. But I don't know, like if you get an opportunity to just like have like beautiful women like, hey, maybe you could talk to this girl. It's like, yeah, I'll take
In the
that. I'll
podcast
take that
world,
opportunity.
I'm filled with it. Yeah.
Dude, have you seen those beautiful women's inboxes on Tinder? Like what it looks like?
Dude, it's
a
fucking
madhouse.
nuts. I've seen, I have had friends
never
who
seen
show
it.
me their Tinders before, and it's fucking crazy.
That must be some reassurance, right? Some nice like self, like what's like not self-inflation. It's like makes you feel like
self-esteem, man. It feels
that's
good.
the word. God
Yeah.
damn it.
No, it's just man. I mean, women are privileged. I'm just kidding.
Reassurance.
It is fucking crazy though.
Self-assurance.
Like
Yeah, there you go.
Like
Reassurance.
all jokes aside, like that shit is fuck. I have had I would just delete it. Like I wouldn't even know what to do if I had that much dick in my
overwhelming.
face all the time. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But that's the thing, man. You if you're a chick, like if you're like even a fucking honestly, if you're even like a 3, you can go out and just get dicked every fucking night. Like no big
crazy.
deal.
I gotta work for it, man. Not for dick,
Yeah.
but to get laid. You
The
know?
unfortunate thing is though that all these girls, a lot of those guys are just fucking 2 pump chumps, and that's the other thing I hear. I have a lot of friends who are like doing the Tinder thing, and they're just like, God, I haven't had good sex in so long. And it's like, but you're hooking up with people all the time. Like, yeah, I am, but it all fucking sucks.
Dude, Tinder, man.
Bro, dude.
I let that go.
Graveyard.
I let like a pigeon in a wedding. I just let it fly. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna meet a girl like everyone else at a bar at 3 a.m. No, I'm just kidding. But
That's rough.
gotta go to the
I'm not gonna
library.
do that. I'm just,
Yeah, no, you don't want to get road
You gotta
burned
go
by
to the
some chick at a
library.
bar.
libraries, Barnes and Noble.
That's a good point. No, library chicks are like nurses. I've found, and that librarians, like those fucking like they're quiet. It's like those are the kind of girls like they're quiet as fuck, but they're fucking nasty.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
I like
librarians.
that.
Right
Yeah,
now,
inside
shout
source,
out to
like-
all my librarians. No, I dated a librarian for a long time.
Oh, wow.
And it was one of those things where like nurses. Okay, so the three types of women. I'm painting with such a broad brush, such a sexist, awful broad brush. But the three what's the word? Occupations of women that generally lend themselves to just being fucking like a wild, nasty, fun time is librarians, nurses, and teachers.
I heard about the teachers. I'm a substitute teacher, so
dude.
I'm really
I worked
having
at a school
chance.
for a long time. Those parties are fucking, and I was at a special ed school.
Oh, wow.
Those special ed teachers get fucking nuts,
Really?
like crazy shit, like whipping their tits out at Christmas parties, the whole 9 yards.
Oh my
dude.
god.
Yeah,
Oh my
like just
God.
start going to like autism walks.
Oh.
picking up some special ed teachers.
Dude, I
Fucking wild.
need it. I'm doing it.
When's the next one? What's
Yeah,
the next
right?
one on the books?
Yeah.
Phoenix happenings. Let's look it up.
While I'm being a fucking piece of shit
Autism
pig.
walks in
Did
your
you guys ever
ear.
see Dogma, the Kevin Smith movie?
I don't think
Not
so.
in like 15 years.
Okay,
I
there's-
never saw the whole thing.
There's this amazing part where Jay and Silent Bob are hanging outside of a abortion clinic, and this woman's like, "Why are you guys out here?" It's like, picking up chicks, man. Obviously they put out.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine if that joke was in a mainstream comedy today?
It would be so roasted.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
It'd be
they'd get in some trouble probably.
Yeah.
You know what community really surprises me? I've been trying to be active on Twitter, these days, and the vegan community on Twitter, let me tell you,
they're vicious.
for some reason they came to like SLS, but dude, they're crazy. Yeah,
they're
vicious is the
fucking
word.
crazy, yeah.
It's like I always see them like tagging and like quoting like all this crazy shit. I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna take their praise and then just say,
dude, yeah.
I guess the vegans like us, but I'm not gonna even try and stir any of those waters. They ruthless.
You know who's fucking more ruthless? It's really crazy. So vegans are known for being really, really vicious, which is ironic. And gun people, like gun rights people, are also known for being vocally vicious. But you know who a lot of people don't realize are these anti-circumcision people.
Oh, jeez.
These people are fucking wild. Like I've gotten like I just threw a joke into some comment thread that someone made about it, and I got fucking vilified. Like people like were just stomping on top of me, and like at the bottom of all of their comments, they had like a link to some fucking awful video that you never want to think about, and like,
oh my God.
Dude, they're fucking crazy. Like if you like are hanging out in the wrong group of people, and you're like, yeah, I think circumcision's fine. It's easier. You know what I mean? You'll get. Like, people will just, like, hate fuck you in the face for an hour. It's crazy.
Why are people so, like, passionately attached to these seemingly meaningless, like, things nowadays?
Well,
it's so strange.
I feel like the problem isn't anti-circumcision people. It's people who feel the need to identify themselves on Twitter as, this is what I'm all about.
Yeah. I talk about baby dicks all
anti-circumcision.
day.
It's like, dude, nobody gives a fuck what you love and what you care about. Like, dude, just keep that between you and your fucking family. And, you know?
I think that people are getting so worked up about it because we have that we have that need for conflict. We have that need to stay busy. So many of us are sedentary now. We're just sitting inside on computers all day at work and whatever. And we all come from hunting, gathering savages.
Right. Yeah. We want to be a part of something.
Yeah, we want to be a part of something. We want to be on the front lines of something, whether it's animals or baby dicks. Like we want to be, we want to be involved with something. So
I'm passionate about babies' dicks. Right?
I don't know. Like
let them live. Let them breathe.
That's awesome.
So on that note, guys, we're gonna fucking wrap this bad boy up and take the sucker home before we get out. I'm
wonderful.
Gonna do, first of all, do you guys have any shows coming up within the next couple weeks?
We have our big 3rd annual Ugly Sweater Show, December 21st at Shady Park, baby.
3rd annual.
It's gonna be epic.
Fuck yeah.
Got a lot of time to pick out your outfit.
Yeah. Yeah. What? So wait, when is this happening?
This is December 21st. Let me just verify really fast that it's that Friday. But we have an annual. Yep, December 21st, Friday, Shady Park, Tempe. It's gonna be more lit than.
How did you verify it that quickly? Just like, let me just verify. Yep.
It's his wallpaper.
Well, no, you just got to scroll down to December, make sure that it's the right Friday.
See.
I don't want to get out.
He uses the calendar. I need to use my calendar.
Yeah, you do, man. You gotta get on that calendar game.
Jesus Christ.
Real quick, shout outs to all of my Patreon supporters, which have changed recently. But I know that it's Austin Carson, Every Show Joe, Bradley Palermo, Aubrey Hoffer, my mom, my grandma, Courtney Gallegos, and Bryce Cobble for donating lights, as well as Alice, because Bryce Cobble for donating the lights that we use for the videos, and Allison Bills and Nicole Taegu, I believe, are the 2 recent ones that I know that I might be forgetting others, and probably apologize for that. But get on our websites, guys. Get some fucking merch. I got some new merch designs coming up pretty soon. And by the time you guys are hearing this, my other podcast will have been announced and released, the name of which I don't know yet. So that will be around, and you'll see it and you'll hear about it. And yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming over. I appreciate it.
Dude, thank you for having us.
Breaking in the new
room.
Studio, in the green room. Some good shit, man.
Beautiful space.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, have a fantastic night, guys. And that's it. Get stoked. Aw, shit. Look at that. The episode's over, man. We're done. Episode is finished. Luckily, though, there are plenty of other older episodes hanging around the internet anywhere you'd like to find podcasts. iTunes, podcast apps like Stitcher or Podcast Addict for either the iPhone or the Android. My official Podbean website. I'm fucking everywhere, man. I'm building an empire. Let's take over the fucking world. Anyway, if you've made it this far, I truly appreciate you and encourage you to please reach out and say hello. I'm serious about this, guys. I really want to connect with my listeners. So whether you want to come on the show or not, drop me a line. Hit me an email at gettingstokedpodcast@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I think that's it, man. Thank you guys so much for listening. It really, I know I harp on it so much, but it really, truly means everything. So thank you. Get stoked.